Greetings. How are you?
I'm absolutely amazing. How are you?
I'm doing good, doing good. Feeling great,
Good. Well, you're
feeling
glowing.
rested, feeling
Ye-
rested.
Well, you're definitely glowing.
Well, thank you, girl.
Definitely glowing.
I haven't
Love
done
it.
my morning regimen, all of it yet.
That's all right. That's all right. You can tell when you take good care of yourself.
I do.
Hey. Well, I appreciate you for joining me this rising with the switch up um energy for here.
Mhm.
And this is the space that we should be meeting in. And so I am going to be just introducing us, and we'll just start into the flow.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. So, greetings and divine risings, everyone. I am Natasha Janelle. This is Talking with the Land People. Today, we have the beautiful Miss Bonita Clemons here joining us. And so we are doing things a little different this time. Miss Bonita deserves a spotlight, honey. So we're going to sit in here with a one-on-one interview and speak with Miss Clemens. So just to do a little housekeeping and some announcements, we have the Sand Hill Ag and Art Festival coming November the 1st. 2025. Now it's going to be at 1151 Whispering Pine Road in Rich Springs, South Carolina, 29129. They are actually still accepting vendors as well. So if you're interested in becoming a vendor, email info at ABELLARIGGESPRING.com. That's info at Bella, excuse me, ridgespring.com. And so we also have the South Carolina Black Farmers Coalition. They're doing a workshop with the Center of Heirs Property for land and wheels. So that's going to be August 25th at 6 p.m. And you can register at scblackfarmers, that's plural.com. And so today we're going to start off with an icebreaker. So I have a new game here called To Be Honest. And
Okay.
so what happens in To Be Honest, it basically just it asks questions and get people to open up about their perspectives. And so it's
Mhm.
also about respect as well, because sometimes we can be in a setting with other people that we know, that we may know personally in business, and it allows us to actually hear someone out and no one can respond to what you have to say. Now, it
Mhm.
can spark conversation for a later time. It's just about perspective. So I'm going to
Okay.
shuffle up, and this will be our icebreaker for today
Okay.
before we jump into all the good stuff about Miss Bonita.
Okay.
So I'm going to choose a random card. I'm over here, I'm
Mhm.
shuffling,
All right. Shuffle good now.
I'm shuffling. So there are different levels to the cards. Is one to level 4 to how deep the card goes. Now, this game was created by a Black woman owned business,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Allegra Jackson. I'll say senior because she actually named her daughter Allegra Jackson as well. So we're going to say senior. And in her profession, she was a professional psychiatrist.
Okay.
So, very beautiful young lady. Okay. So the first question we're doing, to be honest, and this is level 4 of general questions.
Okay.
What's a value you hold that others might not understand?
Hmm. That's a good one. A value that I hold that others might not understand. Girl, you just a deep question. Uh, hmm, might not understand. I value dreaming about the ancestors in my family.
Mm,
Some people don't believe in dreams. Some people think it's scary. Oh, honey, I love and honor and cherish when I have dreams about people that are not in this realm with me right now.
mm,
I mean, I just hold it dear. I had a sister who was murdered over 30 years ago. And
mm,
last week, she was in my dream. And honey, when I woke up, it was so beautiful.
mm.
Yes.
I love that. Gratitude for sharing. That's
Mhm.
absolutely amazing. Turn this up some. Excuse me. That's awesome. Gratitude for sharing that. That's really dope. I'm learning about dreams now for
Mhm.
myself. So to
Mhm.
have ancestors come and you
Girl,
get to travel with them and learn,
and talk and walk and
yes,
yeah.
that's dope. That's really dope. Well, gratitude for opening up and sharing that. That is a vulnerable space. So
Mhm.
as you see with this game, it allows people to really get to know your energy, really get to know your spirit alignment and your thought process, right? We get
Mhm.
around people and you get whatever mask they put up,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know, and then it gets later on when those masks start to drop where you really get to see someone. And this game allows you to open up on a serious icebreaker.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, and this is just a general one.
Okay. And I need to get that game. I love it already.
Absolutely. She has several. She has one called The Crew. One edition of this is called The Crew, and basically is more in depth about questions that will help bring your friend group or your family together. And
Mhm.
then there's one for business like partnership jobs, and then there's one for relationships as well.
Oh, wait.
And so I will make sure I drop that link over in, and then it's 10% off for just doing that with me today. So I'll share that as well with you.
I know everybody else would want that too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a good one. I'll make sure I drop that in for you and we'll have that come across the screen, but I'll get that to you, okay?
Okay.
So now, so in doing this journey, in agriculture and wellness, right? And collaboration. I went back and did a little research on a lot of your interviews and things that I was able to access online. And you spoke about your journey in health, being what got you here. Um, so what role has your self-care played in your healing and advocacy work?
It's everything. It is everything. Because there was a period in my life for at least minimum 5 years where I was very ill and didn't really care if I got up, woke up. Um, and one day I decided just to that I didn't want to live that way anymore.
Mm,
And I went all in, full speed, no distractions, to take my health care into my own hands. So I tell people, I encourage people to go to the doctor, but I say be your first doctor, be your own first
mm.
doctor, then go to the doctor. And I live by that. Um, and every day, every single day, I'm very aware and cautious of self care. Sometimes I miss the mark, meaning I get too busy and get tired, but I haven't done that in the past 90 days. So cheers to me.
Awesome. Congratulations. I'm
Yeah,
serious. Congratulations.
yeah.
That's major though.
And it is such a deep part of my work and in everything that I do. So much so that the little kids in my family, I'm gonna say 5 and under, they even know. So
Mm,
when they come around me, they do self-care things too. But it's a part
awesome.
of my everyday living, And then some of the things that I call self-care, people don't call self-care. For
Right.
instance, every morning when I get up, I get on a prayer line. That line has been in existence for 17 years. Before the prayer line, I go through a grateful ritual. Just list all the things and talk about all the things that I'm grateful for.
Mm.
And those things for me are a form of self-care as well as all the other good stuff. But that's a part of it for me. My self-care is a philosophy that there's nothing really new under the sun. Not really. There's nothing new under the sun. But
Right.
I created something new. a,
Dig
a
that.
philosophy I call spice nutrition. And
Okay.
SPICE stands for spiritual, physical, intellectual, cultural, and the E is for environment, emotions, and economics. And that's my self care philosophy that I
Mm.
live my life by. Yes, getting my hair and nails done is in there somewhere, but that spice nutrition is the foundation of self care, which drives my everyday living and all the work that I do.
I
Even
love
working, if it's not nourishing my soul and sustainable financially, I can't do it. If it's just, and people know this about me, I love money, but it doesn't move me.
absolutely.
But it doesn't move me. Um, and I'm happy that I learned that early on. Now I like it. Then it do buy some fun, but I know where the joy and the peace is,
Absolutely.
and that's that. Yeah, self care is everything.
Absolutely. Yes. Like just having the process to get that done. I believe a lot of women, especially Black women, and they don't have the time or see the value to take those moments
Mm-hmm.
to really get to know themselves and to take that path of self-love because there it I can hear that there was work done for
Mm-hmm.
that mindset,
Oh yeah.
you know, and that takes integrating and confronting shadows and
Mm-hmm.
really putting that work in for self, you
Yeah.
know, to
Yes.
value that. I
I
mean,
think value is the main word. Value.
mm,
Um, I see a little groundswell movement um, getting larger with us seeing the importance
mm,
of not working so hard and taking care of ourselves. And the organization Diane's Call that I started in 2001 was all about that self care and slowing down because it's named after my mom, who her name is Diane, and she passed away when she was 42. She just worked so hard, and
mm,
I wanted to educate women about other ways of living a holistic, healthy lifestyle, and coupled with me going through my health crisis and journey. Because I didn't want to leave here early.
mm,
Well, there were some days when I really didn't care, but when I came to my senses, I realized I didn't want to leave so early. But that value piece, I think we got, I like to see us dig a little deeper as a community. Like, why do we not value ourselves? I
mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it that way because we don't want to hear that, but that's what it is at the end of the day. Someone
Absolutely.
told it to me when I was much younger, and I was like, you don't know. But when you really do the work and peel back, there's something in there, and it could be some hundreds of years generational DNA stuff that
Mm.
that we don't know about, and we just need to get in there and and cleanse it and clean it and rinse it out
Absolutely.
because it's there. But yeah, but I'm seeing a little turnaround, little slow turnaround. Some of it.
So you spoke about Diane's call,
Mhm.
and so what has your impact looked like to date with Diane's call? And
The impact has it looks like sisters many. So for 16 years, I did an annual conference.
okay.
And the first, very first conference was before all of the things that everyone talks about now was in the mainstream. For instance, 2001 is when I had the first conference. We hiked. That
Mm,
wasn't very popular with sisters. Um, we had a vegetarian meal for lunch. We did Tai Chi. We talked about colonics and detox, which was new to everybody in the room. It's like, what? It just was
mm,
not the word organic. The words and the things that I bought to that first conference, again, it was considered taboo, radical, new age, and all these other things. But now it's a household word. So the impact has been amazingly great in terms of introducing, being ahead, being about 15, 20 years ahead of the world and showing sisters other ways to live. And so as a result of that, we've had decreases in a lot of blood pressure,
mm.
a lot of weight loss, and just pure knowledge. We don't value knowledge enough anymore. But that's my sweet spot there, bringing and introducing us to new things. And I'm always seeking and searching. Um, you know,
Yes,
like I did say, nothing new in the sun, but if you've never been introduced to it, then it's new to you. So our
absolutely.
impact has been amazing, and we have
Mm,
introduced and taken sisters on some experiences that has changed their life. And I'm real big again on experiences, and each year that's what we bought. But throughout the year, I would individually, and that went on till about 2020, individually on a daily basis, like 7 days
mm,
a week, have some type of counseling education session with a sister. But the
mm.
impact has been again enormous. We have changed minds, mindsets, and changed the trajectory of a lot of health status of the sisters.
Absolutely. You planted some major seeds. For going for 16 years, you
Yeah,
look around left and right on the on social media, and there's so many people, Black woman led spaces that develop from just what you've done. And I know because it spreads when you can't stop a seed
mhm.
once you plant it, and especially when don't nobody know it's coming.
I know, honey. I call myself the quiet revolutionist.
I'm trying to tell you, and you did that. And from that seed, you planted pharmacists.
Yeah, I'm gonna see.
And
Hold
now
on one
that
second. Hold on one second. I
okay,
want to see if I can find something. I got it right here, right here.
okay.
So, I like to show and tell. So this is Diane. That's a picture.
Beautiful.
That's a picture of Diane. Um, and in this notebook, I have 90% of the documents since 2001. From 2001, I have the
Okay.
very first, and this was before email. I sent out a letter. Um, when we had to put them in the envelope, seal them up, and mail them out. Can you imagine? Now I
Wow.
just send out what email to thousands of people in two
Right.
minutes. But yeah, the very first conference was themed "Making Happy," and I still have
Mm,
that letter that I sent out. I have we did it at the outdoor laboratory at Clemson University. We were out in nature, and I still have all of that. I have testimonies from sisters once email caught up with us from the work that we've done. But yeah, this book
Mm.
has all of the conferences
That's beautiful.
that we did since from 2001 to 2016.
I bet you flipping through that is like flipping through your family's pictures, photo albums.
It's
Back
a
in the
time
day,
capsule.
you sit down, you pull out all these different photo albums and everybody and
Mhm.
that's you have so much value in that binder.
I'm telling you, it is
So much.
blow your mind. Yes.
Cause you got me over here. I'm jumping on the inside saying, okay, I need to pull up and go visit Miss Bonita. Cause I will sit down with you all day and I'll take in that. Like that's the premise behind my business. Ruby's Pearls, all natural products. It's
Hmm.
it's about gems. Ruby and Pearl are those gems. And it's actually my grandmother's first and her middle name. And
Okay.
where I watch my grandmother and I pull, those are the gems that,
Hmm.
we need to start passing down,
Yeah,
right? That
absolutely.
knowledge is all about that knowledge.
It's the
So
knowledge, girl.
I'm putting you on notice that I'll be pulling up. Just let me know if it's okay, because I love to come. And I,
Okay.
I promise you I won't come empty handed. We'll sit down and sip some of my good old tea.
I love tea. I love tea. I don't know why I don't have some drinking this morning.
That-
I make a hibiscus and ginger tea, and I drink it in the
mm,
mornings. That's also a part of the self care, drinking that morning
absolutely.
tea. Yeah, I
Absolutely.
tell you, I have lots of teas from a lot of sisters, and it's so beautiful. This past pharmacist class, um, a couple of sisters in there make teas, and I have their teas too. So I need yours too.
I love it though. Like, and people look at that space as a competition when
Honey.
it's totally not. It's
Mm, mm,
okay
mm, mm,
for
mm,
all
mm.
of us to go out here and
It
get
is.
this knowledge
Mm-hmm.
and learn, like, and
Mm,
we take in stuff so
mm.
differently because all of
Yeah.
our perspectives are we're individuals and that's
Yes.
special. And then we all got our own set of gifts too. So when we get
Absolutely.
out there in that dirt and we start moving around, our
Mm,
gifts are being nurtured or what we're naturally born with. And I call them
mm-hmm.
superpowers. And when you get
Absolutely.
around these sisters that you're bringing together
Mm-hmm.
and you're powering each other up and
Mm-hmm.
you planting seeds.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got pharmacists.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about pharmacists.
Which started in 2016. Like I kind of just, eased on to something new. Um, Pharmacist, 2016. Honey, I have like five notebooks. I have notebooks from each year.
Mhm,
One of the things that is important to me that we document our own stories and that we tell our own stories.
mhm,
So I keep paper and I have it on digital and all of that stuff. Um, there was a RFP or something put out by Clemson University saying that they had an incubator. They were going to create an incubator for farmers, 9 spaces. Each space would be a half an acre. And in my soul, honey, it just organically kind of came up. I said, well, I'll see if they'll let Diane's Call organization come out as a group. And they said yes. And then I wanted to not just bring farmers, my first flyer that went out on email stated that I wanted people who wanted to grow.
mhm,
I wanted drummers. I wanted dancers. I wanted musicians. I wanted
mhm.
artists. I want everybody to come to this half an acre
Right.
and let's get together because one of my mentors used to talk about how the plants want to hear the music. And somewhere I
Yes.
had this little green speaker. I don't know where it walked off to somewhere. It was a green speaker that I used to have out there with the music at Clemson. But we started there. Well, we were supposed to start there in 2016, but something happened and they had to do some work. So it took them 3 years to get ready. But in those 3 years, every time something happens, honey, I say thank you. So let me figure this out because I know something
Right.
better is going to happen. So what we did
Absolutely.
was I said, well, let's go to each other's home. And that's how, because they weren't ready, we started going to each other's home. And just planting in a raised bed. And then Richland County had like maybe 10 raised beds they weren't doing anything with at a park. I was like, can we have that? They're like, sure. So we
Mm,
got together then. But also, I have this thing about good food and food, because food is energy.
that's right.
After at each time we got together, I said, let's bring some food. It's always vegetarian. I promote at least one day of no protein, meat protein, just to give the digestive um, tract a rest. Um, so I tell people you don't have to be vegetarian to join the group, but we only eat vegetarian when we have meals. But it's amazing. Took me about 6 years to name it though, because it had many, 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 many names. Getting
Hmm.
together, the group, the organization. And one day it was about five of us. We were sitting on my truck, and I was like, "Yeah, we gotta come up with a name." Because every week I'm looking for another name. And it was five or six. I'm saying me, Michelle, Crystal Thomasina, five or six of us, and my uncle was there. I think we may have had a whiteboard or something. We was just talking, and everybody putting up words. Um, and I don't know exactly. I just know we were all there. I don't know exactly how it happened, who said it, how did we put some words together, because one of the sisters, Thomasina, we call her the rapper of the group. Well, we gave her a lot of names because she was just a pure Renaissance woman.
Okay.
She always had these beautiful words and sayings and everything. We talked about what we're doing, and so when the word pharmacist was put together, came together, sisters, farming, food, health. When I heard pharmacist,
That was
that's
it.
it. That's it. We ain't got more. Okay, it took us 5 years. This is it. Because
Oh,
it has so many meanings. So
right.
I was like, we grow in medicine. And I was like, okay, FDA, don't come after me, but we grow in medicine. That's what we're doing. So
Absolutely.
we grow medicine and do it in small spaces. And the goal is to influence and encourage 1 million sisters to grow one thing.
Come
Just
on
grow one
now.
thing. Don't stress yourself. Grow that one thing and take care of it like you would take care of your body.
Come
Self
on now.
care. And then, find some other sisters in exchange and share with. I have a mushroom farmer in my network, and I only receive my mushrooms from her. Only her.
Call her name out.
Katrina White.
That's
She
my
don't
girl.
she don't allow me to go
That's
nowhere
my
else.
girl. Or
So
your high five today. Okay.
yes, so she called me. She called me yesterday. Bonita, I was in your house. I said, okay, cool. Because I had gone to the office. I left your mushrooms. I said, cool. So later on last night, I texted. I said, do you want some okra? She was like, yeah. So that's what we do. We barter, we trade, we share.
Right.
We've got 1 million sisters doing that. We are in control of our own energy, which is food.
That's right.
And we don't have to, talk loud about it. Just do it. Just move quietly and do it. And we're doing it.
Absolutely. And it's a catch 22. Uh, Life, food is life.
Hmm.
And the woman, we create life.
Yeah.
It is a mm,
Hmm.
gratitude. Now,
Yeah.
is this a South Carolina thing, national, or are we international with this?
We are international, sis. This past Monday,
Come on now.
a sister from St. Thomas, whose name is Bonita, she spells hers Benita, from St. Thomas. So once a month, I have a call,
Mhm.
always the third Monday at 7 p.m. This past Monday was the third Monday. So the sister Bonita Martin was the presenter. And again, I said St. Martin, she's in St. Thomas. St. Thomas, she's in St. Thomas. And one of the things I learned about her, I I've been to St. Thomas to see her. I met her in DC. But one thing I learned new about her was that she has been off grid since 1997. Again, before it was
Mm,
popular and new in the household thing. Since
right.
97, she's been off the grid. And she said it's a beautiful life. I know
I
it is.
know it is.
Because things gonna pop off sooner or later. And she just ready, honey.
Right. She
She's already
already
ready.
ready.
She already ready.
And look, I ain't got to get ready. She already
She's been
ready.
ready since
Eh.
97. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but
yes,
this
I love it.
international, we're influencing women all over the world to to grow something. And while we're growing food, we're growing good health.
That's
But
right.
all over the country, I'm still trying to improve it and make it better in terms of making sure that we are connected. That once a month call is a good way to get information out, um, to connect and stay connected. Next year we're gonna have a pharmacist in another area because I do
Mm.
a once a year class, in person
Okay.
class. And so I'm gonna start. I'm gonna have. I think I'm gonna do like a weekend boot camp where sisters come and we just. I do like a trainer for a weekend, maybe Friday, Saturday, and leave Sunday, and then they go back to their areas and do the class too.
Okay.
But yeah, in terms of the influence, it's international.
Love it. Love
Hmm.
it. Now, people definitely need to reach out. They need to go to pharmacist. Is it
The
pharmacist.com?
pharmacist,
The
Yes,
pharmacist.
THEFARM. Got to spell farm. ASIS.com. THEFARMASIS.com.
Gratitude. And I'll make sure we have that going across the screen as well,
Yeah, the
and how you sign up
pharmacist.com.
for.
People, they'll start spelling pharmacy the way
Mm,
PHARM. I was like, no, 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 no. Farm, the word farm.
love it. Yes, I love
Yeah.
that.
So we're
It
growing
is a
medicine.
vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, growing medicine. And
Mm-hmm.
you did mention how important it was to have those resources,
Yes.
and partnerships and the information that you actually give out on the call. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and you've mentioned Clemson a few times. So, being a African American woman
Mm-hmm.
farmer in
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina, how has Clemson aligned with the community, with the programs, and ensuring that, you know,
Okay. For me, for us, um, it was a good partnership. We were there after we got started there, we were there for 4 years.
mhm.
The rental was very affordable and we had the water, the water to get you. Um, but we did, it's called Sand Hills, right? Where we were, and it was sandy. And the land was terrible, but what that allowed us to do was to work our magic. And
Be
girl,
real.
we turned that thing all the way around. So, we have to
Yes,
look at things that we think maybe are bad and just see how we make it work. I mean, we were
absolutely.
actually growing stuff insane after we went out there. I'm telling you, I think part of the nurturing of the soil was the amount of laughs and
Mm,
conversations that we had out there. And I remember one day I was out there by myself and I was walking through the sunflowers and something happened. Like it was a very amazing spiritual moment happened. And it's happened on another piece of land that we worked on.
mhm.
Um so some magical things happened, girl, on this land. And I received an email from someone from Aiken
Okay.
that I read last night wanting to share their land with pharmacists. So I know
Love it.
I have to call them and talk to them.
Love it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Man, having partnerships, collaborations,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah. Clemson was a
and
great collaborator. They have a new and beginning farmer class. Girl, I've been through so many classes. I don't think I went through that one, but I think I went through that one sometimes. I presented or something. I have some kind of connection with that class. Um, but I've been able to help some sisters to get in that class,
okay.
so they can see the business side of things. So we've had a good working relationship. I did a lot of work when I had a hibiscus. My hibiscus ginger tea was on the market,
Hmm.
so I went through better processes class, all kind of classes that they had for me to be in compliance for selling my tea on the market. But yeah,
Awesome.
they've been a good partner because I don't play.
So you're in South Carolina,
Yes,
and I'm in Georgia, right? We in the South. In the South.
yes.
A lot of our ancestors have had issues or not trusted, in the government sector
Mm-hmm.
behind
Mm-hmm.
agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
How has that experience been for you? Is it something that it's getting better, or we still about the same? Is it, we need to do what we need to do, but don't get too far into this thing?
Based on my experience, it's still happening to people. Um, and I recall one time when I was trying to get my FSA number, something didn't feel 100 for me.
Mhm.
And I always, another part of self care, always follow that little spirit, intuition, gut,
Absolutely.
call it what you want, follow it. So I followed up on it. But not everybody knows to, not everybody wants to. Some people don't have the courage to um stand up to the injustice. And and I stood up to it and I said something about it, and I talk about things in public. I was in public and I in a group, and I told them about my experience, and I told them, I said, they explained to me what happened. And I said to them, because of the history of USDA, you can't do that to a black woman. You
Right.
might mean well, but I'm feeling you trying to hide something from me. So
Absolutely.
so don't do things that way. You need to do them this way. So things are still happening to the farmers. Um, one of the blessings that I'm seeing, I'm gonna call it a blessing, because our farmers have not become so dependent. So there's a thin line. You don't want to become so dependent that somebody else is really controlling your sustainability.
Right.
So with the cuts and things from the administration, a lot of our farmers are still doing their thing because they never became dependent, so dependent. Um, so when things are taken away, it doesn't, they don't skip a beat because they ain't never had it.
Right.
Again, it's a thin line. I feel that if you live in America and if you've ever worked, they done got some taxes from you some kind of way.
Absolutely.
And because you have paid in, I think you should take advantage of everything so you can get some things back.
Absolutely.
So I was in a group one time, it was called the Black Dirt Collective, which is a group of young people. And the spaces that I go in now, I'm 20, 30, 40 years older than everybody else. And so it was a group, a lot of young brothers and sisters, and we were in a tent. Like we slept in a tent for 3 nights, 125 of us all together. And a lot of them were feeling some kind of way, like we don't want anything from the government. I said, I understand. However, if you work in America, you have put some money into the system. So it's all in how you look at it. I said, I get it. I'm clear about it. USDA has not been our friend, but if you put the money in it, don't just always, if you see a way that you can benefit from it, it's okay
Right.
because you've put it in.
That's right.
I think it's unfair for you to give, 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 and you don't never receive from you, let everybody else receive from it. So I encourage people, if there are grants or anything, any type of resources, apply and receive them. Because you've put in. If they've been unjust, go back, try again. And I know that's a barrier, a way to discourage, but go back. Because you put in. But get it
Mm.
if you can. Because it's out here.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna
I
be receiving a refrigerated truck tomorrow. It's gonna be delivered. Now, if
okay.
again, I'm clear to not become 100% dependent. Yeah. So, yeah, you just have to, again, get with groups and have think tanks and talk and strategize.
Absolutely.
You want to strategize and be up to date on everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate you so much sharing these gems. All of your energy.
Yes.
Again, you still glowing. You talking about you ain't did your morning flow ain't completed,
Yeah,
but I'm
I
telling you,
know.
honey, you over there glowing. But I definitely appreciate you. If you could provide everyone with the ability to reach out to you, sign up if
Okay.
they're interested in pharmacists, the calls,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
whole nine. If you could
Okay.
go ahead and just share
Yes.
information.
Okay. So if you go to thepharmacist.com, www.thefarmasis.com, when you put that in, a link would pop up where you put your information in, your name, your email, and each month you will receive the link to the monthly calls. If you want to contact me, just info@thepharmacist.com and I will receive the email. I can't receive too many calls because I got 1,000 people that call me a day. And so a way that I connect and answer calls is through emails and that monthly call. So I always tell sisters, they say, I want to talk to you. I said, get on the monthly call because I had to find a way again to keep the self-care flowing and not be
Mhm.
so stretched and stressed.
Absolutely.
I'm accessible definitely at least once a month.
Absolutely.
But by email, I got a lot of emails this morning. So, and I have too many email addresses over the years. I got Bonita at Diane's Call. I got Bonita at Bonita Global. I got Bonita at, no, info at the pharmacist. Yeah. And then my regular email. So I got like 5 or 6 emails. So I do have to check those.
I get
And
it.
there's something on all of them. But
And how can we follow you on social media to check
now,
out your
honey, that needs to
progress?
be a little bit better. They ain't really my generation. But on Facebook, the pharmacist. I gotta do a better job at putting posting stuff. So regular Bonita Clemons, I think that one's full, but the pharmacist is on Facebook and on Instagram, Bonita Clemons, and also I think it's Pharmacist SC on Instagram. I'm gonna do better. I say that every year. I'm gonna do better with the social media, but definitely on
Hey,
Facebook. The pharmacist,
okay.
is on Facebook, and I'm used to Facebook. I'm gonna find me somebody to
And
help me with this
PSA,
Instagram.
anybody listen to this, if you have a young person interested in being a social media manager, we are accepting interns and volunteers.
Yes.
Come sign up and help out Miss Bonita Clemens so we can lock in and get this done. And you're going to get to play in some dirt, sow some seeds, and grab some knowledge. Absolutely. I want to say gratitude to you, Miss Benita, for sharing your energy with me
Thank you.
today. Again, my name is Natasha Janelle. This is Talking with the Land People on the Grow
Yes.
Well Aiken County platform. Um, Before we leave,
Okay.
one thing that you could leave behind as a gem today, what would that be?
Okay. A gym. Always know, no matter what, No matter how dim, grim things seem, everything you need, everything you need, everything you need is in your hands. It's inside of you. I promise
Mm,
you. I don't care what it is. It's inside of you. What you have to do is sit down, be still, and let it come to you. Let the answer come to you. Everything you need, every single thing you need, you already have.
absolutely. Gratitude. I appreciate you for that. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording.
Okay.